Hi everyone. So today we're going to look at microorganisms, and I'm going to introduce the topic by first off looking at the subtopics that we will look at. So we will begin by looking at a short introduction into what are microorganisms, followed by the two types of microscopes, as well as an introduction into the three types of microorganisms that we will look at in detail, which would be viruses, bacteria, and fungi. Under viruses, bacteria, and fungi, we will look at particular characteristics of these microorganisms, as well as there are two subtopics that we need to look at which are very relevant, which include how do microorganisms spread, as well as what is the difference between an epidemic versus a pandemic. How can we define a microorganism? We can say that a microorganism is too small to be seen with the unaided eye. We can also use another word to describe a microorganism. It is referred to as a microbe. And the three microorganisms that we will look at in detail include bacteria, fungi, and viruses. The singular for bacteria is bacterium, the singular for fungi is fungus, and the singular for viruses is of course a virus. Some of these microorganisms being so small, we need the use of a device called a microscope to view these microorganisms, also called microbes. There are two types of microscopes, where we say a microscope is a device that can magnify the details that are not visible to the unaided eye, and the two microscopes that are in use are referred to as the optical or light microscope, and there's another type of microscope referred to as the electron microscope. Which one do you think gives more detail? Between the electron microscope and the light microscope, we say that the electron microscope is more powerful than the light microscope. Here on this slide, you can take a look at the two types of microscopes. Here we have our light microscope that you can find in the lab in school. And over here we have the electron microscope.